Winners win and losers lose. I want to synthesize this thought so that you can digest it in a very easy way. What do I mean by winners win and losers lose? I get asked this question all the time. I want to share it with you today. Winners are people that everything that they do, all the habits that they instill are the habits of a winner. A winner isn't a final product. A winner is a lifestyle. A winner is a concurrent set of actions that lead you to a final destination. Same way is for losers. Usually losers inhibit behaviors of losing people, who they hang out with, what they eat, what they listen to, what they consume on a regular basis, how they think about themselves, how they view the world. They view everything through the lens of a loser. That's why they are where they are today. So when people come to me and they're like, Luke, why is my life shit? All I have to do is look at your action. How are you operating, dude? Most of you guys are operating at a 2 out of 10 and you're expecting a 10 out of 10 life. It's impossible. You want uphill results with downhill habits. It's not gonna fucking work, dude. You gotta level up. And that means understanding that if you follow a list of successful ingredients, you're gonna achieve success.
If you're not motivated, it's for a few reasons. Either you don't like what you're doing, either you don't understand the mission as to why you're doing something. If your family's starving, if you have to feed your kids, dude, you'll get shit done. Most of you guys are comfortable, soft. They don't want it. You don't want it, dude. If you want it, you get up and do it. You do the things that you want to do. You put time into the things that you want to put time into. How is it that I can do all of these things? I'm committed. I'm committed to my goals. I can't cheat myself, bro. I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with the self-sabotage. Like, dude, I'm here to win, not win against the world. I'm trying to beat myself. I beat myself every day. Conquer. Because if you can conquer yourself, you can conquer anyone. Because you're the most difficult enemy you will ever face. If you can conquer self, dude, you can build a multi-billion empire from the ground up. If you can literally commit to developing yourself full time, dude, you can build an empire. What is holding you back? Nothing. Yourself, myself. So we gotta commit. Get it done. If I can do the 1,400 texts with tens of millions of dollars in the bank account, what is holding you back, mother? Like, all you have to do is show up and commit.
But you can't cheat it. You can't cheat it. Like, you could cheat your way through school. You could cheat your way through lying to your parents, but it's like fighting. It's like the gym. You got to show up. And if you don't show up, the moment that you have to prove yourself, you fall. You start going to the gym, you feel weak in order to become strong. You go to the library, you read, you don't understand, you feel stupid in order to become smart. The process of discomfort is inevitable. You have to go through it. Most people have that initial feeling, that initial lack of self-belief, because they don't understand that they have to be humbled first in every aspect in order to grow. So you go to the gym, you feel like shit, that's a good thing. It just shows you that you need to improve. Most people go to the gym, feel like shit, never go back. Put on an oversized t-shirt. Problem covered. No, it's not the problem. It's not covered. You need to go through that parallel problem solving. You solve it, and then you get the reward. Every aspect of life has it.
You can go from zero to hero, from peasant to king, if you change the way that you think. And if you don't know how to change the way that you think, begin to digest new information. Stay away from the haters. Stay away from the losers. Stay away from the people with weak minds and weak mentalities. And find those people that empower you. Find those people, elevate your spirit and your soul, and understand that your potential, my friend, is limitless. You, my friend, are limitless, but you must believe.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that it's possible, because you can create your reality. The perception that you have of the world, if you think there's only scarcity, there's no opportunity, that's how you are going to interact with reality. If you think that there's abundance, if you think that there's opportunity, then these things will manifest themselves to you. So you have to believe that you can. Right? And the way that you believe, the way that you can get to that state, because a lot of people are like, I have a lot of doubt. So do I. I have it all the time. Even if at these levels, right? You're doing 7-figure months. Dude, there's people doing 8-figure months. That's hard to fathom. That's hard to imagine. Yeah. But it's still possible. Yeah, of course. Is it difficult? Absolutely. But it's a mindset shift.
The ingredient list is out there. You just got to be paying attention. You don't have to reinvent the fucking wheel. There have been successful people before you. There will be successful people after you. The question is, will you become successful? Will you instill the habits of a winning person? Will you embody the beliefs of a winning individual? Will you cut out the bullshit that makes you a loser? Or are you going to keep consuming and being like, oh, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? What's wrong is you're wrong. Your life is wrong. Everything you do, when the moment you wake up, you self-sabotage. You're setting yourself up for failure. And then you're asking why you suck at life. You suck at life because everything that you do is sucking and draining you away from your fullest potential. Focus on leveling up. Focus on winning. Every single action, everything that you do, focus on winning. Focus on becoming a champion. And you know what the outcome will be? You will become exactly what you put in. You will become the outcome of your actions. You will become the outcome of your decisions. I'm a winner. And I'm not a winner by what I've achieved. I'm a winner by what I do today. Not what I did yesterday, not by what I do tomorrow, not how you perceive me, but how I perceive myself. Did I cheat myself today? Or did I win? Did I beat myself at this game of life? That's all that matters. I ain't competing with you, I ain't competing with him, with her. I'm competing with myself. Winners win, losers lose. Every day is a chance to win or to lose. What you did yesterday in your business, what you did yesterday at the gym, what you did yesterday to level up in your knowledge or in your network doesn't really matter. Every single day you need to show up because you're only as good as your last shot. You're only as good as your last win. You're only as bad as your last loss. But every day the clock resets to reshape your future. The clock resets for you to reset the direction of your life. Every day is a new shot for you to change your life. Every day is a new shot for you to reinvent yourself. If you understand the power that when the sun comes up, it's a new opportunity for you to live your life, a new life of purpose, a new life of achievements, and a new life of success. You wake up with intention. Stop waking up like an accident. Start waking up with purpose and understand that nobody is coming to save you. Nobody in the world gives a fuck about your problems, and you, my friend, have to handle it yourself.
I want to teach you an extremely important principle. A principle that had I learned long before I did, I would have tenfold my net worth, I would have tenfold my relationships, I would have tenfold my access to deal flow, and I would have tenfold my ability to put myself in the right rooms to succeed. And that principle is the power of positioning. There is power in how you position yourself. Now, many times people talk about hustling, grinding, working hard, waking up, working 19-hour days as the ingredient for success. If that was the case, then the construction workers or the plumbers or the garbage men, those would be the wealthiest people. But the reality is, hard work alone, hustle alone, does not equate to success. Why is it that all these trust fund kids, why is it that all these sons of bankers and daughters of bankers or financiers, how is it that they get access to deal flows, access to IPOing companies and seed rounds and really good investment vehicles, and you don't? Are they any more intelligent than you? Well, potentially yes, but I could debate that the power and the position that they have gives them access to multiply at a faster rate than the average man, than the average woman. So the question is, in your career, how have you positioned yourself to win? Or you're always constantly hustling and trying to find your ability to make a quick buck, or thinking that working hours equates to productivity. I know a lot of motherfuckers that work a lot and produce nothing. Practice, train, so that when the opportunity comes, through your positioning, you can actually deliver. You can actually follow through. You can win. You can succeed. Power is in position. How are you positioned? Leonardo da Vinci famously said, "God will sell you anything at the price of labor." And that is true. So what you have to do is, if you want something, you have to work for it. And most people that think that the world is based off of luck have never truly worked for something. Not enough to understand that luck does not exist. It's merely a game of probabilities. You work hard, you work more, you work longer, and eventually you can increase your odds of success. I often talk about the symphony of success. What does success sound like to you? Not what success means to me. Not what success means to your parents, to your friends, to the system. What does success sound like to you? What is your symphony of success? When you hear successful, living a successful life, what comes to mind? For a musician, it may be really good at playing an instrument. For me, it may be developing a phenomenal business. For an athlete, it may be developing a great athletic career. What is your symphony of success? It really depends on the individual. That's why there's no one spectrum of success. There isn't one number to achieve that defines success. That is my definition of success, but that is for me. Why? Because every person beautifully has been created to have their own specificity. So you have your own dreams, you have your own ambitions, you have your own symphony of success. You need to find that. And how do you find it? From deprogramming that everybody else has told you of what it means to be successful.
Winning is simple. Minutes doing what you said you'd do. Set a goal, crush it, you win. Fail to hit it, you lose. No philosophy, no excuses, no overthinking. You're either a winner or a loser. That's the game. If you promise yourself you'll make $1 million, build a jacked physique, or buy Bitcoin, and you don't do it, you're a loser until you step up, act, and claim the victory. Winners win because they execute. Losers lose because they talk, dream, and stall. It's not rocket science, settle it or don't. Most people don't, and that's why they're stuck, whining about luck, blaming the world, crying over their sorry lives. Most guys are blind to their own power. They think life happens to them, that success is some cosmic lottery. Wrong. You attract what you are what you do, and you do what you think. Your mind is the ultimate weapon, but most never unlock it. Why? They're too busy scrolling TikTok, blasting music, chasing cheap highs. The power of the mind is focus locking onto a goal and chasing it with relentless willpower. It's not magic, it's discipline. How you talk about yourself, your opportunities, the world, it shapes everything. Speak from abundance, not scarcity. See opportunity, not obstacles. Most people live in fear, need, and doubt because they've never built a mental fortress. They don't trust themselves. Why? Because they break every promise they make to themselves. You say you'll hit the gym, but you sleep in. You say you'll start a hustle, but you're researching for months. Every broken promise chips away at your self-trust. No wonder you're stuck, anxious, broke, unhealthy, waking up with a knot in your chest. You're living in quiet desperation because you've let yourself down over and over. Fix it. Rewire your mind. Start believing you can control your future. That's hope, the most powerful fuel there is. Believe your goals are already yours and the universe will catch up. Lie to yourself if you have to. Create a delusion so wild people call you crazy. Tell yourself you're destined to be a millionaire, a champion, a king. It's not about arrogance, it's about programming your mind to win. The world doesn't remember your bank account, your cars, or your haters. Businesses fade, customers die, lovers move on. What lasts? Your legacy, your growth, your existence. Success isn't about stuff, it's about enjoying the ride, mastering yourself, becoming a man who matters. Most people don't enjoy existence. They're too busy chasing happiness. Happiness is a trap, a fleeting high that fades like a cheap buzz. Life isn't about staying happy. It's about feeling everything. Joy, pain, heartbreak, triumph. You can't have light without dark, pleasure without pain. Reject one, and you reject life. True freedom is embracing every emotion, every struggle, and still standing tall. You can be sad and free, angry and free, because freedom's a state of mind, not a feeling. I told a guy once, I'm undecided about Bitcoin. Undecided? That's loser talk for I'm scared to act. I laid it out. Get off your ass, work overtime at your dead-end job, stack cash you can afford to lose. Buy Bitcoin, keep your rent paid. If it skyrockets, you're rich. If it crashes, you're still eating. Win-win. Weeks later, he's back, yapping about blockchain, hash rates, treasury knowing more than me, and I'm sitting on 1,000 coins. I said, bro, you wasted weeks reading instead of grinding. You've got 0 Bitcoin because you've got 0 money. Knowledge without action is worthless. I don't study hash rates like a geek. I know it's a good bet, so I bought. He's still broke, pretending he's educating himself. Pathetic. That guy's hiding laziness behind a fake thirst for knowledge, and the world's full of these frauds. I've made millions crypto, Dubai, real estate, you name it, not because I'm a scholar, but because I had cash and the balls to move. When I bought Dubai properties, everyone screamed, "It's gonna crash!" I didn't care. Money sitting in the bank, useless. I bought at the perfect time, right before the Ukraine war doubled my portfolio overnight. While researchers were paralyzed, I was getting filthy rich. I'd buy Bitcoin even if it could hit 0. Why? Income is king, and I'm not scared to lose. Risk is how you win. Stop hiding behind learning. Action is the only currency that matters. The universe is a cosmic casino, and it's rigged for those who play. God, karma, whatever, it's got a pot of blessings, and it's not for lazy bums. If everyone got $1 million, being a millionaire would mean nothing. There's winners and losers, light and dark. The universe is scanning for men who move, who grind, who jump on one leg. It sees you hustling, and boom, blessings. That girl texts back, your hustle takes off, life clicks. It's weird, but action breeds windspoker, women, money, everything. Lazy guys? Begging for handouts? Doing nothing? The universe skips them. You want rewards? Earn them through sweat, blood, and relentless drive. Life is sales, man. Everything. Take a mechanic fixing a car. He could say, yeah, it's a screw, I'll fix it. weak. Or he could say, I've seen this before, I'll squeeze you in now, get it done fast, even though we're slammed. Same fix. But the second guy's a legend customers for life. That's sales. Selling yourself, your skills, your value. Most guys can't sell water in a desert, then cry about no money, no girlfriend, no respect. Wake up! It's not what you do, it's who you are. Walk like a king, talk like you own the room, act like the world's waiting for you. That's how you get the deal. The girl, the life, sell your vision, your confidence every day. The path to greatness is lonely. You'll walk it alone, in the dark, in the quiet hours. That's where winners are forged. Most people can't handle solitude. They're too busy with TikTok, loud music, asking everyone else's opinion. When's the last time you sat in silence, asking yourself what success looks like? Not society's version yours. For me, it's freedom. Not a big house, not a garage of supercars freedom, to live on my terms, answer to no one but God. To get there, you got to sacrifice who you are today for who you become tomorrow. The Bible says, when I became a man, I put away childish things. Ditch the bad habits, toxic friends, weak mindset, success costs, it hurts, pay the price or stay small. Chasing worldly stuff watches, cars, women won't fill the void. That's a spiritual hole, and only God, purpose, and truth can fill it. You don't take money or fame with you when you die. You take your devotion, your integrity, how you treated others. Did you love God more than his gifts? You will be tempted by luxury, power, pleasure. Pass the test, and you'll find peace. Fail, and you'll chase empty highs forever. My pursuit isn't success, it's truth. I told God I'd sacrifice everything, family, friends, even my life for truth. That commitment carried me through doubt, loneliness, insecurity. It made me unstoppable. The system wants you soft, scared, obedient. It sells you happiness as the goal, but it's a lie. Life's about experiencing the full spectrum joy, pain, love, loss. Reject pain, and you reject growth. Most people live in the past, depressed, or the future, anxious. Both are fake. All you've got is now. What are you doing with this moment? If your life's trash, it's because you're screwing it up. Unsuccessful people blame everyone else. Society, luck, their boss. Winners look in the mirror and say, this is on me. It's not easy admitting you suck, but it's the first step to winning. Own your failures, and you'll own your future. Solitude is your superpower. Most people avoid it. They're scared of their own faults. But silence is where you meet yourself. Know your strengths, your weaknesses, your habits. Build a plan to dominate. In the quiet, you forge the mindset of a king. Stop listening to the noise social media, friends, news. Listen to you. Define your success. Maybe it's getting jacked, not rich. Maybe it's a better attitude. Goals change, and that's fine. You're not locked into one path. Today, focus on health. Tomorrow, chase wealth. Just keep moving, brick by brick, day by day. The universe rewards action, not talk. Dedicate 1 month to not being a jackass. Grind, hustle, risk. Skip the excuses, the weed, the games. Work extra hours, save every penny. Start that hustle. You'll see the world differently. Money will flow, your mindset will shift, your life will change. Look back a month, what'd you do? Wasted time? Exactly. The universe isn't blessing slackers. Some people deserve to be poor. They had 1,000 chances and did nothing. You can act now, build an empire, live free. Don't, and you've no right to complain when you're broke and irrelevant. God's waiting, but he won't row the boat. You steer, he guides. One shot, one play can change everything. Act like a winner, think like a king, move like the world's yours. The clock's ticking, build your legacy, or fade into nothing. Choose now.